Welcome to Our Hometown, the show where we take an in-depth look at some of the people and organizations that make this area unique. First, Sam Marshall from the NC State Extension will share some of the horticulture issues Brunswick County residents are facing this season. Then Mary Lou Wong-Chong will speak about the upcoming Brunswick County Intercultural Festival. And finally, Rachel Johnson with the town of Shallotte will give us an update on town projects. So stay with us for the next half hour as we explore our hometown. My guest is Sam Marshall. Sam is with the NC State Extension, and Sam, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the NC State Extension.
NC State Extension is part of the Land Grant University System, which is a nationwide effort in the university. So that's, we take information generated from North Carolina State University and we deliver it to the residents of Brunswick County.
We'll get some of the basics out of the way first. You're located at the complex.
Right, we're in Bolivia.
So many people are surprised to see what you do and how you do it.
Yes.
Your services are free.
They are.
To anyone in the county.
Mm-hmm.
So you welcome those of our viewers who have questions or comments or input or want to learn much more about what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
So we offer not just horticulture, but we have a diversity of programs. We have 4-H, Family and Consumer Sciences. We have FNEP, which is a program that's geared towards helping families budget on a limited income.
Good.
So North Carolina State, the Extension Service has been around for 101 years, and it's changed since we started out. But we do the same thing. Our effort is to reach our limited resource and underserved residents in Brunswick County.
Well, I work at the complex, so I know about your office, but so many of our good citizens are just not aware of all the things that you do.
They, I think there's always the aha moment when people walk in and they're like, I didn't even know this place existed.
Right.
And once they come in and they've received some service, whatever it may be, they tell their friends, and we have people coming in all the time.
Now your background is in agriculture, or did you say entomology?
Entomology.
Okay.
So I went to Appalachian State for my undergrad, and I got an environmental biology degree, and went back to school, and I couldn't find a job, and studied entomology at NC State.
Okay.
So.
Let's talk about some of the issues that our citizens here in Brunswick County are dealing with. And you brought a few samples, but what's the biggest issue that you're dealing with this season?
This season, it actually has, typically we see a lot of disease pressure in Brunswick County just because of the humidity and the rainfall. But this year we've been dealing with drought conditions.
Right.
And plants are starting to show that. And the biggest issue that we have seen this year is leaf scorch, which is attributed to either a lack of water or, interestingly enough, too much water.
Oh, okay. Either way.
Either way.
Not enough or too much.
Right.
All right.
And most people are surprised when I tell them, that they're overwatering their plants. Just because it's hot and dry, doesn't mean that you need to be watering 7 days a week or, for 30 minutes a day.
Okay. Well, we have a irrigation system at my home. How often should I be watering?
An established plant, say like a juniper plant, any landscape tree or shrub, should be watered about 3 days a week. So 3 times a week for about 20 minutes each time.
Does that include my grass?
Yes, for lawns as well. The idea is that you're watering infrequently, and when you water infrequently, you're watering deeply. So you want to encourage a nice, strong root system for your plants so that when we have drought conditions, they're able to store energy in their roots to help them get through drought conditions.
That's good to know, because our system is set up on a daily basis, on a 24-hour basis,
Mm-hmm.
and once we set it up, we're inclined to leave it that way.
Right.
7 days a week, just as you mentioned.
Right. And people want to water. They want, we call it loving your plants to death. But a plant will tell you when it needs water. If it's drooping, give it some water, turn the irrigation on. if you have turf grass and you get home in the afternoon and you step on your grass and it leaves a footprint, it needs some water. So plants tell us when they need water, and we can give them that accordingly. But for an established plant, it's about 3 times a week for
Excellent.
watering.
Excellent. Okay, Sam, in the limited time we have, let's talk about some of the other services. Tell us about Master Gardener.
Master gardeners are volunteers who work with Cooperative Extension to help deliver consumer horticulture information to the residents of Brunswick County. So that includes vegetable gardening, it includes landscaping, irrigation, things like
But
that.
to be a Master Gardener, you have to have achieved
Right.
certain levels of competence, am I right?
So master gardeners go through an initial 50-hour training, and that covers the basics. And then after that, they're required to do 40 hours of volunteer service each year. Most of our volunteers, we have over 100 in the county, exceed that 40 hours.
Sure.
Last year, we contributed nearly 7,000 hours of service to
Excellent.
Brunswick County.
See, I thought a Master Gardener was for his or own or her own personal achievement, but you tell me it's really, that's a small part of it.
Yeah, it's a small part of it, but it's an important part of it.
Sure.
Master gardeners are well known and well respected. You know,
They certainly are.
I've had people call the office want to speak to a master
It's
gardener.
like an advanced degree.
Yeah,
It really is.
And I had a guy call in and he said, I need to speak to a master gardener. And I said, well, there's not one here, but I can help you. And he said, no thanks, and hung up the phone. So they're a well-respected resource in our area and throughout the state and throughout the nation.
So you help landscapers.
We
have
do.
Hundreds of them.
Lots of landscapers in Brunswick County.
And do they come to avail themselves of your services? That's my question.
They do.
Good.
When they have issues with diseases, with insects, they will call us and we go out and help them diagnose those issues and get them the best possible solution.
You have a lot of classes for those of us who are amateurs.
We do. We offer basic home gardening classes. We have a Day in the Yard program, which is a 6-week program for folks who just want to know a little bit more about gardening in the area.
Right.
This year we taught shiitake mushroom classes. A lot of home gardeners are getting interested in that. So we offer a diverse array of programs, that are related to horticulture.
And because agriculture is still a substantial part of our economy, you consult with farmers, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Brunswick County is very rich in agriculture, and it's a viable business in our area. So we consult with farmers. We do pesticide education classes for them so that they can continue to be profitable, to make a livelihood for themselves and for their families and help support the economy in Brunswick County. So most people are surprised, for example, to know that we are the #1 tomato producer in the state.
I
fresh
am
market,
surprised
yeah.
that you tell me that just this moment.
We are, yeah. So we have a very robust agricultural industry here in Brunswick County.
One of the things we have not yet mentioned is free soil testing.
Yes.
Any of us can bring a sample and get it tested and know a whole lot more about our yard or our farm than we currently know.
Right. So if someone comes in and they have a problem with their plant, the first thing I say to them is, have you had a soil test?
Right.
So soil testing is free beginning April 1st through October, and then in November it is a $4 per sample fee. So we encourage people to get those samples in while they're free, but $4 is not going to break the bank.
Sam, our viewers will be amazed at all of the offerings that you have at the NC State Extension. We thank you for being with us. It's
Thank
a
you for having
fascinating
me.
subject.
Yeah, glad
Thanks
to
so
meet you.
much.
Thanks.
My guest is Mary Lou Wongchong. Mary Lou is the chairperson of the Brunswick County Intercultural Festival. Mary Lou, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Jim. I am so delighted to be here, and it gives me the opportunity to visit with you, which I haven't visited for a long time, and also promote the Brunswick County Intercultural Festival. And I thank you for the opportunity to be here and thank ATMC for the opportunity for me to be
Well, we're glad you're here, and it's a great story that you have to tell. Let's get some of the basics out of the way first.
Okay.
The Intercultural Festival has been around for a number of years.
Yes, this will be our 12th annual celebration.
That's terrific. And the date is September 26th, and it is to occur at Brunswick Community College?
Yes, it's September 26th. It's a Saturday, and it will be the grounds of the Brunswick Community College in front of the Odell Williamson Auditorium.
Right. We'll say that several times because we want our viewers to remember the date, and we want them to come.
Right. We really want them to
And
come.
let's remind our viewers, admission is free.
Yes.
No admission. All right,
Ex-
we have all that out of the way. Tell us the importance or the significance of the Intercultural Festival.
Well, it is important because we try to highlight the different cultures that we have here and around Brunswick County. Our purpose is to coordinate and to create a positive learning environment by providing a place for the people for educational, cultural education and artistic enrichment, and sharing the music, the arts, dance, history, and food. And by doing so, we hope to foster better understanding, tolerance, awareness, respect for each other, and respect for our difference.
And you say that so well, but essentially we're celebrating our differences.
Yes.
We are different, but we are the same.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And we bring the world to Brunswick County.
that's even better. Now, because I've been there to your event several times, let's point out that several thousand people come out on that particular day.
Exactly. And we would like to invite as many people as we could, and reaching out to all, especially those who are listening to us and watching us. Please do come. You're all invited to come. And it's free.
Right. All right. We're all invited, but let's mention the Hispanic community especially, and let's make sure that they know that they are very welcome, and we want them to come.
Yes, I would like to address the Hispanic community as mi español es muy malo, pero quiero invitar su comunidad de latino en este festival viene el festival de comunicado Brunswick.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hopefully that was the right word. My Spanish, mi español es muy malo, pero perdón es la mistake.
Very well said. Very well said. Let's talk about what we could see and what we'd expect at the festival. You have food.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we have food which would test your gastronomic abilities.
Good.
We have, which has been donated by several ethnic restaurants and also from our community.
You have music of different cultures.
Yes, music, dance. We have a full pack program of different ethnic performances. And I don't know if you want me to sort of kind of mention some of them. We'll
Sure.
start with the big band. We have people from China. We have people from Japan. We have the steel band, the Caribbean steel band.
I know what that
We
is.
have the hula dancers and the Tahitian dancers. We have Middle Eastern dancers. And I hope I have mentioned everybody. And we have new this year, the tribe, the Native American tribe, the Waccamaw Siouan tribe, and we are really excited that they are coming this year. And we would welcome their
And
participation.
you have a number of arts and crafts tables.
Yes, we have arts and crafts. We have vendors that come and arts and crafts. And most importantly as well is the International Village. We call it now, this is something new that we have. The International Village is what we try to simulate is an international village wherein we have different tents with different countries in there, and
Excellent.
where the kids could go through different countries with their little passport and
Okay, I see.
go through them
And they can get their passport stamped?
this passport stamps, and after that, if they completed their passports, they can get a little prize, a little prize, but something for them to remember. And this is an activity for both the children and the parents,
Right.
because our biggest age group that would come to this and are very interested is from maybe 2 years old
Sure.
to about 12 years old, and they are really interested in about the country, to learn about the different countries.
Tell us about your outfit. You have a beautiful outfit on, and our viewers would want to know about it.
This is I was born in the Philippines, and this is an outfit from the costume from the Philippines, and it's made from the pineapple fiber.
No kidding.
And what it is, it's very light. It's very light because in the Philippines it's very hot, and so they tend to have clothing that are loose, just like this one, loose.
Makes perfect sense.
Loose, and so that the air could go. So this is I brought this because one of the features that we are going to have. In addition to the other activities, our residents would be dressed in their native costume, and we will have a sort of a parade of costumes and
Good.
nations. And so this is why I came and dressed with this. I won't wear this outside because this is a little bit of a formal outfit
It
on
is,
the
but
top.
it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know that each year you solicit volunteers. I've been a volunteer several of those years, but let's mention that.
Yes, we welcome any volunteer that we have. This event is all volunteer, is run by all volunteers, and we would appreciate if they could share some of their time, their skills, and their effort for us to make this another successful year.
And might volunteers get in touch with you or make communication of some sort?
Yes, it's in the website.
Okay.
And the number is 910-842-6566. And they can go to our website, which is www.bcifestival.org.
And you're always looking for volunteers.
Exactly.
I know.
Volunteers.
I've enjoyed just dishing out food at the food
Okay.
court.
I have you listed in my
I've had a great time doing that.
list to do the food tasting server.
I was a server. It's a lot of fun, and I encourage our viewers to,
Yes,
to volunteer and be part of the
Part of the festival, and also I'm looking for people that would help us with the planning.
Sure, absolutely. Good point.
If anybody is out there listening to and watching this, and they are interested in helping in the planning, please
Be in touch.
be in touch.
Mary Lou, I'm looking at the flyer, which I'm sure is on camera, and I want to note that there is a poster contest for our young children. When they get back to school this fall, they can be a part of that, and there'll be some competition and winners.
Yes, there are competitions, and there are several levels, and we are partnered with the Brunswick schools, and we will announce the winners on stage, and they will be really up there, and I'm sure that the parents will be very proud of their children, because we have so many talented kids in
Very
school.
exciting, very exciting. Mary Lou Wong Chong, thank you for being with us. We want to say again, September 26th, it's at the college, and we hope thousands of our viewers will come out and see us.
Thousands. Please do come.
Thanks so much, Mary Lou.
Thank you.
Bye now. My guest is Rachel Johnson. Rachel is with the town of Shallotte. Welcome to our show, Rachel.
Thank you for having me today.
Let's start by telling our viewers that absolutely terrific things are going on in the town of Shallotte.
There are. It's an exciting time to be in the town of Shallotte. We have the 10-acre Mulberry Park under construction. Phase 1 should be complete by the end of the month here in August, and we also are moving forward with our riverfront development project.
Wow. Well, we're going to break that down a little bit. Let's start this segment by seeing a clip from your mayor, who just recently put together a clip that will give us a visual look at some of what's going on.
That sounds good.
All right, let's take a break and do that.
Okay.
It's great to be here at Shalotte's Mulberry Street Park. Behind me you can see the outlines for our amphitheater. We're making great progress on our construction and expect to be completed with Phase 1 by the end of August and beginning of September. In addition to the amphitheater, which you see directly behind me, and the tiers that we'll have, they'll all be grassy with sod that'll be going on in the next week or so. There is already irrigation completely under the park, and over to my right over there, the event lawns that we'll hopefully have festivals at have been sprigged this week, and they should be turning green. As you move over, you can see the historic Shallotte Cemetery, where the first mayor of Shallotte is buried. In front of that will be the community garden, which will be part of Phase 1. And in front of that, right by the retaining wall, will be the playground, which will be part of Phase 2, and we'll start working on that probably in September. In addition, you can see the Rotary Park, which is garden, which was put in just a month or so ago with a lot of volunteers from the Rotary. They made a donation to the town of Shallotte of the garden, and it's a lovely initial start. And then as we move on around, over here, the farmers market will be located. Probably we'll have a fall session of the farmers market to get people used to coming to the park. So a lot of work has been done. A lot of work is being completed, and we're very, very excited about what we're doing.
Okay, we're back. Your mayor is just doing a terrific job along with your council and your staff.
He is, and everybody is working really hard to make sure Shalotte's future is bright.
Well,
So-
it's a statement to what great leadership and administration can accomplish. Let's break it down a little bit. You talked about two different projects. Let's talk about the first one, the Mulberry Street project. Tell us what's in that project.
Well, in Phase 1, which is the one that's under construction now, it has an amphitheater. There's a large event lawn, a small event lawn, a community garden, which if anyone is interested in being a part of, they just contact me at Town Hall.
Okay.
And then there's, in Phase 2, which we hope to get started on fairly quickly in the fall, there'll be a playground and picnic shelters and also walking trails.
How did all this come about? Was it whose idea was it?
A couple years ago, the town was able to get a really good deal on 10 acres of land right there on Mulberry Street.
Right.
And just with visionary thinking and forward looking, they thought of a park for the community, and we've been going full steam ahead for the last 2 years on that.
With the amphitheater, you'll have entertainment, place to take a break and enjoy the scenery?
That's right. Our summer concert series, Summerfest, will be there, as well as our movie series. We hope to have a new festival come to Shallotte. The farmers market will be a permanent location, have a permanent home there.
I can't think of a small town that's doing as much as you guys are really doing. Phase 1 will be completed late this summer,
Yes, it should be by the end of August. It should be.
and then you'll launch into Phase 2.
Yes, that's right.
Wow, you guys are nonstop.
Phase 1 also includes a new road that you'll see under construction soon. It'll run parallel to Main Street between Mulberry Street, and it'll come out where Hardee's and the Grill used to be.
Okay. And will that provide not only access, what about parking there?
There will be plenty of parking. There will be parking along the Mulberry Street side as well as along the new road that's being put in. Access will be great. It'll be from both Mulberry Street as well as right off of Main Street.
Wow, great planning. Okay, we're jumping around, but let's talk about your other project, which is altogether distinct from the Mulberry
It
project.
is. It
This
is.
is called the Riverfront Project.
It is the Shallotte Riverfront Revitalization Project,
All
yes.
right, talk about that and what will be there.
Well, going back 10 years ago, the town had a vision plan put together, and as the recession hit, the economy went south a
Sure,
little bit.
sure.
The town was able to acquire about 20 acres of property right behind Town Hall and between the it's between Shear Street and Wall Street, all the way to the riverfront. And we've been working for the last year and a half with the UNC School of Government. And we are currently at the point where they've done extensive research and put together a package. We are seeking a developer. That process opened up in the 1st of July, and we're accepting bids until October. And we hope to have finalized the bidding process by December. And with potential, if we find the right developer and everything works, potentially you could see groundbreaking there by June of 2016.
Okay, for our readers, our viewers, and for me, let's distinguish. Mulberry is more recreational, is that
Yes.
fair to say?
Yes.
The Riverfront project is more commercial.
It is. It's going to be a mixed-use concept with some residential, retail, and office space as well. And it'll be one of the main goals is to open up the river to the public, so the public can come down and enjoy it. So there will be some recreational aspects there too, including like a kayak launch and different aspects like that.
You know, I spent several years with an office in Shallotte before I really knew anything about the river or its presence so nearby.
Well, numerous years ago when 17 came through town, the focus turned towards the highway instead
Sure.
of the river, so we're trying to take that focus back to the river.
Fantastic.
That's how the town got started.
That's true. That's the history of Shallotte is the history of the river.
It is.
Yeah. Rachel, there's so much going on, but tell us about Riverwalk, which is distinguished from the projects that we've already talked about.
Well, the Riverwalk is actually, hopefully will be a connector. It will connect both the projects and the long future. But for the first part of it, along the riverfront where the Riverfront Project, Revitalization Project is, the town plans to implement a Riverwalk right there along the waterway so that people can enjoy that.
Will it be a wooden walkway?
That's what we're looking at. We think it'll be a wooden walkway, and it'll give access to the river as well as to the shopping, and it'll be just a neat place to hang out.
I'll say. Okay, in the very few minutes that we have left, let's talk about things that are going on this fall in Shallotte.
Well, currently we have the Shallotte Farmers Market. It's every Saturday from 8 to 12. It is still right now at Riverside Park, which
Sure.
is 4950 Main Street.
Yeah.
We have a great selection. We have 7 or 8 different farmers who come out. We usually have about 12 to 15 vendors, and it's just a fun place to be. We have
It is.
live bluegrass music every Saturday. So it's a great community meeting spot.
It's good, good to know about the bluegrass music. I like bluegrass music.
Yes.
Anything else?
The farmers market will have 2 special markets. We're going to have a holiday market and a harvest market. The harvest market's scheduled for actually on Halloween Day, so bring your kids out. There's going to be a costume contest,
Great.
trick-or-treating with the vendors, and the holiday market will be the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and both those events are great. And also stay tuned for details. We have a rescheduling of the movie Annie this month, as well as Gary Lauder and Smokin' Hot, both rainouts from July.
Wow. I said at the beginning of this interview that there's so much going on in the limited time we've covered. Wow, a wealth of information that's going on in Shallotte.
Yes.
Rachel, thank you so much for being with us.
And thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again for joining us this month on Our Hometown. If you have a story that you'd like to share on a future show, visit us at atmctv.com to tell us about it. Thanks again for joining us, and tune in again next month as we explore more of Our Hometown.
ATMC TV works hard to bring you the best in local programming for Brunswick and Columbus counties. Our goal is to provide local programming that is interesting, informative, and entertaining to the residents of our area. ATMC TV also offers all their information at atmctv.com. Find out when your favorite shows are airing, watch current ATMC TV episodes, check the local bulletins, or even submit a public service announcement about your organization. Be sure to check us out on the web at atmctv.com.